Hey, it's Susan, and today I'm going to take you through a very beginner-friendly backdrop of a winter landscape. We're going to be using gradient washes for a beautiful sky, lifting to create distant mountains, and some dry brush to create a foreground of snow. This excerpt is taken from a free workshop that I did, so it is the first half of a full winter landscape. But the techniques that you're going to learn here are foundational for basically any watercolor painting. So let's get started with our practice today. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to do some wet on wet. And wet on wet we're going to do in the sky, and then we're going to leave the foreground blank for now, and we're going to go ahead and paint maybe like a hillside. So this is what we did in the paint along, and I liked the kind of composition that turned out here. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a similar composition for you. And so we're going to go like this. I made a little arc, and maybe 1/3 of this is just like the foreground, and then the next, well, I mean, this is like halfway. It's like halfway and it dives down. Whatever you feel like. If you don't want to make a hill, you don't have to. You can make it straight across. And I'm going to paint the whole thing with water. And you don't have to do it this way. This is just one way to do this. The reason why I'm doing this is because, you know, it's a really great way to kind of practice wet on wet, to put yourself in a position where you're putting wet paint onto wet paper, you're creating a background and a gradient, which is not always the easiest thing. So if you can see this, it kind of goes in an arc. Okay, I just have this arc. And then now the paper is starting to buckle. So because my paper is not taped down on all edges, it's going to warp a bit. So if that's happening to you, it's okay. Don't worry about it. This is what happens. It's also one way to learn. Oh, maybe next time when I tape it down, it won't bend as much and all these things. Okay. But these are things that are great to do because then it gives us some reference and it gives us some information to work with for the next time. So I would expect yours to also buckle, and that's okay. All right, so we have that, we've painted it, and we're gonna put wet paint into a wet area. So now we have clear, wet background. We're gonna grab our darkest color. We're gonna go from dark to light. I'm gonna grab my dark Indanthrone blue that I had here. And because I loved that navy, maybe I'll grab a tiny bit of red and put that in. If you are not wanting to do this, don't wanna color mix, don't. Just go ahead and do what feels right for you. I just mixed in a tiny bit of red, and it is slightly different than just out of the tube. I'm going to go ahead and paint this. You can see I'm kind of going off my paper onto the paper. I'm painting edge to edge, and I'll be going maybe 1/4 of the way down. And then I'm going to hold my paper up like this, just like that, so that the gravity is going to help me. I'm going to dip my brush in once. I'm going to scrape it off. It is now diluted just a little bit, and I'm going to keep going. Okay, I'm out painting on my fingernail. And I want to show you that it doesn't really matter, you know, if you're perfectly aligned, if you have taped down your paper or anything, we're just having fun. So I've kind of done this, and it doesn't really matter if, you know, at this point, it's better if, you know, if you want a totally smooth gradient, you would hold this up the whole time. But for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do that. And then I want to start to mix in a little bit of my my little other blue. So if you have a white, you could do that. If you want to dilute your brush all the way down, which means you wash it all the way out and then tap it off so there's nothing there, you can actually use water to kind of pull the rest of this down. Do you see how I just did that here? You can do that, or you can take your other color. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my other color. I have this light sky blue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in here until it all goes all the way down to kind of where I made that arc. It's imperfect. See how it's imperfect? We're going to go like this. I'll let the paint come down a little bit. Maybe I'll come down and round this out a little bit. And you can kind of see it has like a little bit of a gradient. Whether or not it's perfect or not doesn't really matter. The fact that you have a variation from a darker color to a lighter color is success, okay? So we have that, and we have this kind of gradient sky. And now what we can do is come back and do the foreground. The foreground is going to have some snow, so it's mostly going to be white. In watercolor, I think protecting the white of the paper brings light into our painting, and you probably already know that. And so what I'm going to do is wash my brush out all the way. Okay, and we're going to do a variation of dry brush strokes. So now what we're going to do is wet on dry. So this is all dry. I have not pre-wet the paper. And what I want to do is come back in and then put in some brush strokes. So wet paint onto dry paper. We're going to brush kind of quickly, see if we can pick up some of the texture from the paper and get a little bit of a sparkle. Not that there's sparkle really in like a nighttime scene like this, but I think it adds hard edge details that add just that much more to our paintings. So what I'm going to do here is start with a clean brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of the lightest color that I have, and I want to mix in a little bit of my turquoise at this point, okay, because it's just a little bit of variety. I want to add a little variety. So I had a little bit here when I was swatching, so I'm just going to grab that kind of sea green color, and it's a light color. You can see how light it is. I'll swatch it for you here. So I'm kind of working with this kind of lightness, maybe even a little bit lighter. If I dip my brush and I scrape it off, I can get a lighter version. Okay, so I'm going to do a light version of this color, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to just swatch maybe along this line here a little bit, but I'm not going to touch it. Okay, so I'm going to go up like this. See how I just did that? It's really quick. And then I'm actually going to wash my brush out a little bit. I just shook it a couple times, and then I'm going to dab it off a little bit. Okay, so it has some water on it. It has a tint to it, but it's not it doesn't totally have color in it. You see how it's a light tint? Okay, so I'm gonna dip it again. I want it to be really watery because I don't want anything here to be too dark. I want the darkness to be in the sky. So I'm just grabbing a little bit more of that turquoise color. It's gonna, mix a little bit with that light blue color. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna do a nice wet but quick swipe this way. Okay, you can see. And then it's gonna start to feel like, the snow drifts. And then I wash my brush out. Okay, so now it's more diluted, and I'm gonna come back. I'm kind of doing these back and forth strokes just with like a lighter color. So here I've accidentally earlier put a bit of like spots here in the front. So because I might want to try and disguise it, I'm gonna grab a little bit of this darker color and then just make just a subtle kind of couple marks here at the front. Okay, just like that. And then and that'll be like the foreground. Okay, so it's kind of like the tree area. Or sorry, the snow area. Okay, so that's our snowy hillside. And what's nice to do is now maybe we want to put in some mountains in the background, distant mountains. And there's a couple ways to do this. You can come in and you can paint it dark with a darker color back here, or you can keep it light. What I want to do is try something called lifting. I have a clean brush, has no paint on it, and I'm going to tap it off my brush. I'm drying it off. So it's pretty dry. It's like damp, okay? It doesn't have any water coming off. It doesn't have any paint. And then what I want to do is here if I can lift a mountain out. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling some of that paint or moving some of that paint that's been down on the paper, and I'm lifting it out. Now there's paint on my brush. I need to wipe it off, okay? Then I'm going to come back in and maybe do the other side of this mountain. Then I'm going to wipe off my brush, and then I'm going to come back and do maybe a couple more swipes. This is really just for fun. You don't have to do it this way, but if you want to add in maybe a distant mountain, you can, just like that. I'm going to do another version here of the mountain. I'm going to kind of go, and maybe this one's higher. Okay, I'm going to wash my brush off on the towel because I'm picking up paint. Okay, so, and I'm not actually filling it in. It's not a triangle. Does that make sense? It's not a coloring book. I'm not doing a coloring book triangle. I'm actually just making swipes, and I'm leaving some areas of the blue of the sky back there to create kind of texture. So it kind of looks like a snowy peak, but it's not really. You can do this and you can achieve this effect using white gouache as well. If you want to get some white gouache and you want to paint it on there, that's fine too. This is just a way to do it without white gouache. You can lift like this. This idea actually came from one of the members. When we were doing this, she didn't have white gouache, so she lifted. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. So that's what we're going to do today if you don't have white gouache. If you want to come along and paint the rest of this painting together, or if you'd like to join me for my next painting session, check out the links below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe for more watercolor videos, and I'll see you in the next one.